And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood. And I told you we've got a jam-packed day today, so we're just rolling right on through this. And speaking of rolling, I've got Chrissy Pugh here from Family Cornerstones, and she's going to talk to us about Roll and Read.
Yes.
Okay, which is coming up not this Saturday, but the next Saturday.
Yes.
All right, so tell everybody what Roll and Read is.
Sure. So this is our second year of doing Roll and Read. Last year was really successful, so we decided to do it again. But Roll and Read is an opportunity for the community to come out and kind of twofold focus. One, just getting people on the Greenway. The Greenway is such a wonderful asset that our community has, and being outside is so important for kids, whether you're intentionally exercising or just enjoying the outdoors. So getting people to do that as a family, but then more importantly, really putting an emphasis and focus on literacy and the importance of reading stories to your children. Not even if they're old enough to read to themselves, there's a lot of mental and brain development that happens when they are read to. And so encouraging people to do that is really the main priority.
And you can even start reading to them before they're born.
Yes.
And that even helps, too. I know people are saying, but it does. It really does.
It does. A lot of people think that if the child can't talk or doesn't have verbal skills yet, then reading doesn't really benefit them. But as soon as they're born, even before, reading has just immense benefits with making those brain connections and making sure that when they do start to develop language, their vocabulary expands a lot more and they learn words a lot quicker. And then it helps them throughout their whole school career. So.
And the teachers are thrilled.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Speaking as someone who was there once upon a time teaching, yes, I was thrilled. And you can always tell the students when they come in the elementary grades that have been read to or have actually read to their parents.
Right.
And I saw a really cute video the other day where some students were going, 7, 8 years old, were going to the like the SPCA and sitting and reading to the dogs. And I thought, well, how neat.
Yes. Yeah. And a lot of times as parents, we think that we just don't have time right now to sit down and listen to a story or to read. And yes, we're all busy and dinner's got to be made and the house has to be cleaned and all of that. So, if you can't sit down and listen to your child, find a stuffed animal, find a pet, do something that encourages them. So as part of the Roll and Read, what happens is we have community partners that set up reading stations, and it ends up being a half-mile loop on the Greenway, and families walk, and as they walk that half-mile loop, they stop at the different reading stations and hear a variety of stories read to the children, and then every child there gets to choose a book to take home.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And also a stuffed animal that can be that reading buddy.
Oh, how neat.
When they need to practice reading and mom or dad or grandma is just a little too busy, they can get their reading stuffed animal and practice reading to them. So.
And that is so neat. And do you know yet who's going to be set up at the different stations, the different stops?
Yeah, we don't know everybody, but we do have several that have committed already. So Cleveland City Schools is going to be there. Last year they brought their athletic department, so different high schoolers in all the different sports came in their uniforms, and the kids just got a kick out of it. So they're going to do that again. Bradley County Schools is going to be there. The YMCA is going to be there, so they'll be reading books that focus on health and fitness and sports and those types of things. Head Start will be there, and they'll be reading books about going into school and preschool and that type of thing. The library will be there, and if you've never heard Keisha read stories, she is phenomenal. And that was one of the favorite stations last year, so you've got to bring your kids out to listen to her. She does all the character voices. And,
how neat.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's see. And Unity Center is going to be there for the first time this year.
Great. Okay.
They're really focusing on reading and helping their students develop reading, so they're going to be there with a station. The Story Guild, Joyce and Pete Vanderpool are going to be there.
Okay.
And Pete usually tells stories that require a little bit more imagination. He doesn't usually read books. He just tells oral.
Yeah, he's a storyteller.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So that's a unique aspect to it and something kids don't hear very often, so that's pretty cool. And then we'll also have a station that is a bilingual station. So we have a local church that is multilingual, and they will be reading Spanish books and then bilingual Spanish and English books.
How neat.
To we have a lot of families in our programs that
Right.
speak primarily Spanish at home, and so we wanted to make sure they were involved. And also, it's always good for kids to hear a second language and kind of expand their horizons a little bit. So
It is. Okay, so this is going to be the 25th.
Yes.
From 9 till 12.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay, on the Greenway. And it'll be there in front of the Church of God headquarters.
Yes, right at the intersection. Because of the trees, you actually can't see it from Keith Street, but it's right at the intersection of Keith and 25th, and you just turn on 25th and turn into the Church of God headquarters. They're one of our big partners, so we'll be using their parking lot.
Neat.
And last year the fire station came, and so we had a
Oh, I
fire
remember,
truck.
yes.
Yeah, so hopefully they're going to be back this year. Southern Heritage, they volunteered last year and had a great time, so they are coming back.
Oh, good.
And they'll have a station set up. So yeah, we're excited about it.
And now last year this year they're going to get a book and a stuffed animal, but last year they made bookmarks or something. What did we do last year? I
Yes,
forgot.
and we'll do that again too.
Okay.
So they will get to make a bookmark, and they also get to make their own baggie book with pictures of the community. So we'll have a bunch of pictures out, and they get to glue pictures on and make their own little community
How neat.
book, and that way they can make up their own story about their community.
And you're going to cram all this into a half mile.
We are. Yeah, it's a very busy half mile.
Yes, you don't hardly get started till you stop again.
Yes.
But that's awesome. That'll keep the kids entertained, and because they, attention spans sometimes are not very long.
Yeah, and the great thing about it is it's a drop-in event, and while there is a path technically, you certainly don't have to follow the path. So if your kids are, especially little ones, and they listen to 2 stories and they've had enough, that's fine. If they want to stop at every reading station, you're welcome to do that. If you get to one and they're in the middle of a story and your kid doesn't want to wait or doesn't want to get in the middle, they can go on to the next one and come back.
Okay.
Or whatever they want to do. So we try and make it as user-friendly as possible for a variety of ages.
And I think that's great. Now, I want you to share with everybody Family Cornerstones, because we're Cornerstones, because there's 4 aspects of Family Cornerstones.
Yes.
And my favorite is the Starfish program.
Yes.
But tell everybody a little bit about what Family Cornerstones does.
So our focus is on just educating families, trying to strengthen parent and child bonds, and trying to equip children with the tools that they need to become successful adults. We focus a lot on things that may cause a family to fall into poverty, and how can we prepare that child to avoid those pitfalls, or how can we help that family become more stable, whether that's finding a job or getting some financial resources, or even just getting beds or chairs in their house, whatever they need, so that they feel like they have made some steps towards stability. We try and connect them with community resources and all of our community partners. But as far as programs go, we have Starfish is an early education in-home visiting program for families with children prenatal through 5. We have BTG, which is Bridging the Gap Mentoring, and we take adult volunteers and pair them with students in elementary or middle school that just need a little positive role modeling. We have Transitions, which is our middle school program. It's a 6-week program for families with children ages 9 to 14 that helps strengthen those bonds and those communication channels as children become young adults and teenagers and all of that. And then Inspiring Tomorrow's Leaders Today, better known as ITLT, is our teen leadership program for middle school and high school students.
And that's 4 great categories, 4 great areas that you're working with the students and family.
Yes.
Not just with the students,
Right.
but you're involving the families too.
Right.
And I think that's great. I think did Unity do one of our programs last year, Transition?
Yes, we have a strong partnership with Unity
Okay.
Center, and so they do a transitions program every spring. We also have some students in our mentoring program that attend Unity, so we have mentors meet with students there. But yeah, we love partnering with Unity and all of our other partners.
And I think that's great. And I think, Starfish, one reason I love it is because sometimes people have a child and they don't know how to do the fundamental things of that are required for them to develop the stages they're supposed to develop.
Right.
So when they get to school, we have a chance.
Yeah. Yep. And we just did our end of the year data collection for Starfish, and all of our children in that program are at risk, which means there's some factor that makes it so that they're more likely to be behind in school. And our kids all tested on track with Bradley County Schools kids that are entering kindergarten. So we're really excited to see them overcoming those risk factors.
That is great.
Yeah.
Okay, Chrissy, last minute, tell them again when and where we're going to do this.
Okay, so it's August 25th, 2 Saturdays from now, from 9 to 12 on the Greenway in front of Church of God headquarters. You can just park in the Church of God parking lot at the intersection of Keith and 25th Street. And I do want to mention we have some master sponsors. Southern Heritage Bank and Church of God International and St. Luke's Church are all our master sponsors, but we definitely have space for more sponsorships if somebody out there wants to set up a table and be part of it, or if you can't do that but you just want to support literacy and show that your business believes in that, then give us a call, and we'd love to talk to you about it.
And tell them how they can reach you.
So our phone number is 423-559-1112, and my email is cpugh@familycornerstones, that's plural.org.
Very good. Chrissy, thank you so much for being on today, and I know you'll have a huge crowd. You did last year, and I went over there to volunteer, and I wasn't even needed to volunteer. I mean, you had so many people there in the fire truck and everything else. So I hope it's that successful again this year. So thank you so much, Chrissy. Folks, don't go away. We're going to take a little commercial break. And here I go again. We'll tell you, watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills. And I'll be right back with one more guest with some more exciting things to tell us about.